Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Cooks by Carrie. If you're new here, I'm Carrie, and for today's video, I'm sharing how to make this delicious vanilla buttercream recipe. This comes from the Magnolia Bakery cookbook, and it is my absolute favorite recipe for buttercream. I mean, they're all pretty much the same, but this one's pretty good. Basically, I have the recipe, so this is how to make enough for 2 cups, 1 stick of unsalted butter at room temperature, a half a teaspoon pure vanilla extract, 2 cups of powdered sugar, sifted, 3 to 4 tablespoons of whole milk, or I actually used heavy whipping cream because it gives it kind of more like a lighter, fluffier consistency, I found. But if you don't have that, you can just use milk. And food coloring is optional, but I will be coloring mine in shades of pink because I'm using this to top my brownies that I made in my last video. So if you haven't already seen that video, make sure to check it out. Buttercream is seriously so easy, and it tastes so much better when it's homemade. So I don't really follow the recipe's instructions, so I'm just going to tell you how I like to make mine. I start off with my softened butter in my mixer, and I beat just that for about a minute or so until it gets all nice and creamy before I add anything else. Now, tip, I think I've shared this before, but to make sure that your butter is at room temperature without, letting it sit out for a while, what I like to do is put it in the microwave for 15 seconds on one side and then flip it and then do like 10. Make sure you're watching it so it doesn't melt, but this gets it to the perfect room temperature softness. Now to my mixer, I'm going to add in all of my powdered sugar. I'm going to go ahead and put a guard up that came with my mixer to make sure that nothing spills out. If you don't have one of these, it's okay. Just mix slowly and don't add it in all at the same time, maybe. Another thing, if you don't have a stand mixer, you could do this with a hand mixer. It's going to be a little bit harder, but it will work. And you could do this by hand, like you definitely could, but it's going to be an arm workout. It's going to be a lot of work. So anyway, I just blend it up on slow speed, and it's going to look really crumbly, almost just like powdered sugar, and you're probably going to get kind of discouraged, like, why does it look like this? Also, sorry, you just saw the camera strap. Why does it look like this? It's not really working out, but it will work out in the end. It'll look all nice, and just go with it. Do not add do not add the liquids, do not add anything. Let it just all mix up like this, all nice. And you just saw after it's mostly mixing up, you can go ahead and take off the guard, scrape off the sides, and make sure that it's all going to be in the bottom. Scrape down to make sure that all that stuff is going to get incorporated, and then you're ready to move on to the next step. Now it's time to add in the heavy whipping cream and the vanilla. Now, I didn't have vanilla, so I used vanilla bean paste, which is actually, it's kind of like, it is vanilla, but it's just a paste, and that's why you're going to see some, or you might be able to tell there are some vanilla bean specks in my frosting. I also used way more vanilla. That's probably like 1 or 2 teaspoons, not a half a teaspoon like the recipe uses. Yeah, but personally I love vanilla. So yeah. Also, if you're looking for a more not as whipped icing, you like that thicker icing, you do not have to add in all of the tablespoons of the whipping cream. You can just add, or the milk. You can just add like a little bit to thin it out. I like mine more whipped, so that's why I did as much as I did. Also, you're going to want to periodically taste and scrape down the bowl. Now, what you're seeing me here do is add in some salt. Why would I add in salt to buttercream? Well, it is not mentioned on the recipe, but I have found that if you add the teeniest bit, I'm talking like a 1/6 and 1/8 of a teaspoon, super, super tiny, to the buttercream, it tastes sweeter. It just kind of I don't know, like rounds it well. It is just so delicious. So I definitely recommend adding the salt. Really weird, but little personal trick. Well, I'm sure other people have done it too. But also forgot to mention what speed you want to have your mixer on. I would recommend like a medium to high speed. Start out at medium and work your way up to high. And blending is like 3 minutes most, or whipping. Oh, also, a lot of recipes that I've seen want you to use the paddle attachment, but I also prefer the whisk attachment because, again, I'm trying to whip the buttercream, so I want the whisk. Now, before I continue with this video, please subscribe, hit that thumbs up, comment down below what you'd like to see next, share this video with a friend, and hit that notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. I have a goal of 1,000 subscribers, and we have about 140 something right now, so it'd be really great if we could hit that goal. Okay, now this last step is optional. However, if you are going to go ahead and make a fun colored icing, you want to go ahead and add in your food coloring. I am doing pink, and I tried to do red, but it turned out pink. Basically, so yeah, two pinks, a neon one and kind of like a almost purple. But okay, purple pink, they're similar. Like it was sort of purple. You'll see what I mean. But I just added a lot, and you want to add a lot of food coloring, and it's best to do one that I find that gel works the best, but if you only have liquid, that will work too. Basically, just add it in and then mix it all up. And what I have found, weirdly enough, is that this is like such a weird thing to say, but um, if I don't add enough of the food coloring in the beginning, I can never really get the icing to be the color I want in the end. That is just something that's like probably just a me thing, but I just want to mention that. Like you want to add more than you think, but not like a ton. Like maybe like half a tablespoon to start, which is pretty much a lot. Maybe like a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, something like that. But anyway, I would recommend going in with a spatula or a mini spatula if you have one, like I am, and then just mix it all up and make sure that there's no streaks of white. Repeat this for both your icings until they are all nice and combined. And that's it. You're done. You're ready to ice. In my brownie recipe, I show how to fill a piping bag or Ziploc bag in my case because I ran out. And some icing techniques I use for the brownies. So again, if you haven't seen that video, make sure to check it out. And that's it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to follow me on Instagram at Cooks by Carrie. I post lots of fun photos of the food I cook and other updates and such. I will see you on Friday for a new video. I know another one, 3 this week. That's a big number. But it's going to be a chocolate buttercream recipe. So stay tuned for that one. Because that also goes with the brownies and it's just so delicious.